watch it. I have to watch it like once a week. It's so big and bonita. The long and the short of it. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm the Hey, I'm back. I like having these talks on how I feel about things. I made a note of that today. I call it as I feel it. Because people, a lot of beings can't even believe their own eyes. You gotta use more than just your eyes. You gotta use your heart. You gotta use your nose. You gotta use your ears. All encompassing this spectrometer experience that we're having on this earthly plane. They say it's plainly Earth, but there's so much more to it than that. Our reality has been hijacked. We've been manipulated in believing the contrived reality built up and sustained by the industrial military complex in conjunction with Hollywood. You see it on TV because it's based on reality, and they write stories about it, and then they say that doesn't happen. That only happens on TV. See how they do that? They trick you. They're always messing with your mind so you'll question yourself and not question them. I'm a little bit early. I forgot something. I gotta go grab something. I'll be right back. Bloop. Okay. There. I'm back. Now I don't have to be. Now I can focus on what I'm doing. I don't have to be in two mind processes, thought patterns at one time. I can focus on this. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka. We're contrarians. You know what that is? We contradict ourselves because we want to prove that nothing is 100%. Like society wants to sell you. Things like security. If you pay these people, they will keep you safe. I was in the industrial military complex. It's basically HR for Nepo kids. Nepotism is ruining what could have been the greatest nation in the world. But they have to go over there and flex their muscles. You know, 1 in 5 need a little blue pill to be a man now, right? That's an actual statistic. I guess it does evidently happen to all of them at some point. I don't take pills. I don't need pills. I white knuckle life with what God gave me. Hey, what's up? Welcome to my tiny tube. You want to talk trash about governments? You're in the right place. They made the mistake of putting this retard in the military because I've always been a truth teller. And then they sent me to Crete when we bombed Iraq for no reason in '03. And that's when I really started putting the whole picture. It started like I'd get a piece when I went to work on 9/11. And like Sergeant Peterson came down the stairs and he's all, America's under attack. By what? The construction team to put together that controlled demolition? We paid for that. I remember in PBS back in the 80s, they put on a movie, they put on a documentary on what you would have to do to take the towers down. And I was like, why are they telling people this? Why are they telling people their vulnerabilities? Oh, this is why. Because if you instill fear into the main population, it's like heroin into a vein. Fear is. You ever seen a junkie twacked out? You ever see a junkie twat? They like nod out. They're like, nah. Fear does the same thing. Fear makes people immobile. Fear keeps people from leaving their house. Fear does all kinds of stuff. I have an ancestor. They wrote this book. This basically, it's like a handbook on how to manipulate people. It's supposed to be about fish. It's not about fish. My grandma was Edith W. Walton. Last picture I had taken with her, she was 82. She died 4 years later because her demons ate her up. She went to my basic training graduation. I looked much different then. I was a lot more naive. You see, when my mom was younger, she was 39 years old, and a man that she cared for beat her up real bad and slammed her head in the car door of a 64 Chevy Biscayne. They're about 70 pounds. They're like 55 pounds. I guess it depends on if you have, like, weights vary, I guess. Depends on the mechanism. Still, that's a lot of weight to come down on my mom's head. I wasn't there to protect her. All the other times I was there, I fought the men. I've been fighting against men that want to harm women my whole entire life, my brother included. He got back from basic training. He was trained by the military. He was also trained to be a wrestler because he liked rolling around with other men. But I fought back. I'm still here. And he's a lawyer for the state of California, makes $240,000 a year, and that guy told me that mom's your problem. Because he don't want society to know he's a monster. They just block and make you the problem go away. And if you're too much of a nuisance, they'll make you go away permanently. That's why I'm so outspoken. If anybody wipes me off this planet, this earth, the karma that they get, and their families too, because that's how it works. You can't cause harm to anybody. You can't put hands on people. You just can't be mean. You can't. I was in so much pain for so many years because of all the torment that I went through, all the pain and all the hurt that my family threw me away, and I never knew what I did. And then it was revealed to me at some point, Marge, you got a heart and they don't. You live from your heart and they don't. They don't have a soul, Marge. You got a soul. Anybody that would put their parent in a home, they don't got no soul. Especially if you have a good life. Hey, what's up? It's karma, man. If we put neglect out, if I neglect things, the world will neglect me. If I take care of everything that I possibly can that comes across my path, I ain't gonna save the world. I ain't trying to save the world. The world is on its own. It chose its path. It wanted to go to the parade. It wanted to celebrate Santa Claus. It wanted to hunt eggs on Easter. It wanted to do a bunch of stupid shit that I never wanted to do, because you know what matters? Chop wood, carry water. That's what matters. People are starting to figure that out more and more. Water's always been life. And what did they use it for? Make fake snow? You know how much fake snow, how much water you get from snow when it snows? You need 12 inches of snow to make 1 inch of water. So stop praying for snow so Torons can go wee down a hill and start praying for rain. Dance for rain. What, you can't make the weather come? I can. When I get mad, thunder strikes. That's why and thunder claps and lightning strikes when I get angry. So I try and keep it nice and light. We create our reality. We do it with our emotions every single day. I try to go out being a peaceful being, and people see the peace in me when they want to break it, so they want to make me like them. I'm trying to make them see that it's okay to be a peaceful person. It's okay. And I'm saying this to me. But understand, I don't know who's out there. I've done over 3,000 videos of me talking to myself. Me talking to myself, because I don't know who's out there. I just think it's important that people need to know that I understand that the world is a scary place. We can create an environment that is safer for more people. First, we got to stop tormenting others. Because we're never going to feel safe inside of our hearts, in our minds, and our soul sacks, if we're causing harm to other people. It comes back. You want to know how you know what sacred land is? Sacred land is when good things happen on the land. You want to know what desecrated land is? When terrible things happen. So there's a lot of the United States that has been desecrated, and then we, with our desecrated spirits, go over and desecrate other lands and parts of the world that we have no business in. The United States of America never has any business in any other land dropping bombs for any reason. It's none of our business. What they do in their house is their call. We don't even have a say with what we want in our house done. The law in the United States says if you walk into you can't break into somebody's house, walk in and shit on their floor. But the United States of America has been doing that for the last 6 months in places we have no business. And then they wonder why half the country's on fire. And then they wonder, like, why isn't there help when when there's natural disasters? How come the government isn't helping? Don't you get it? The government don't want to help you. It wants you to suffer. That's how they get their rocks off. That's how the 1 in 5 don't need a blue pill. It's because of what they're telling themselves in their brain. What men do. Men. I remember when I was younger, people would tell, oh, men are the protectors. I'm like, from what? They hit me. Men are hit mom. Men are abusive. When they're in balance. Everything with the thumb is abusive when it's out of balance. When it's in too much of one thing and there's something else missing altogether. It's better now. It's been better the last year. I've calmed down a lot. I don't get as worked up as everything. How it used to be is I'd be so worried about things in my brain that as soon as I went out into the world and somebody met me with something that wasn't mine, then I would dump all my worry onto them. Like, you gonna bother me? Okay, let me bother you right back. And then I'm the problem, see? People pick on me first, and then I'm the problem. So, it's just something that controllers do. Do you know what a controller is? People that can't control themselves, and they have to control everything in their proximity. They won't let their wives do anything without their permission. They won't let or it's in the women too, because women can definitely be controllers. It's like the way I look at like when I was a little girl, my parents were divorced. My perception of what parents were supposed to be is like my mom was supposed to take care of the house and the family and stuff like that, and then my dad was supposed to go out and provide so that mom could take care of the house and they were provided for. That wasn't my experience. My parents were in a brutal divorce, ugly. 5 years the custody suit lasted, just trying to milk my mom for everything that just so she'd let us go, and she wouldn't, because she didn't want the Freemasons to get me. And so there are these there's a lot of years that my train of thought derailed. Where was I going with that? That some songs make my train of thought derail, and I was just listening to one, and now I'm trying not to get mad about it, because it happens all the time. It's the same fucking song. I should just delete it. Then it won't happen again. But it doesn't matter if you delete songs out of your video, because if you back up your phone, it's gonna, once your phone goes to the last known backup, you're gonna get all those songs that you've deleted. So, whatever. I try. I just try. I just do what I can, and then people make things that make it hard to do what I want. It's so weird. Where was I? That thought's all the way gone. I did make notes, so let me talk about something else. The military wants you to go against your instincts. That's why, like, the deprogramming of the military, all that stuff that if your parents, that's what it was. That's what I was talking about when I was younger. the program. I didn't get the program, like, I didn't get the father that took care of the mother. I got the man that was abusive to the woman. So it's they pick different labels that they want to go by. My Greg didn't ever want to be my father, and so he saw my mom's face in me, and then he would take out his disdain for her on me also. And this happens a lot in society. That's why it's like, I don't know, people really shouldn't be freaking having kids unless like they could really be committed to doing everything that they don't want to do so that that kid can have a better life, even if it goes against the grain of the parent. They don't do that. They want to save face. Parents want to look good. Parents don't want to be responsible for their children's actions. When I was in school, when I was younger, school age, mom would make me go to school, and she said, I don't care if you sit in the chair and you don't listen. I don't care. You just have to go to school because I'm not going to jail because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And I was I'm autistic. I'm the poster child for people pleasing. I used to be. I'm not anymore. Now it's like, I don't really care. Take me, leave me, makes no difference to me. Because I'm going to take my last breath and I'm going to go off into a different place anyway, just like everybody else, where we're going to have to rectify and reconcile what we did on this earthly plane. There's always something that, like, in order to get light, you got to plug into something to recharge. And we're no different. Our soul sacks, our vessels, we are absolutely no different. No different. We have to charge our batteries with what's going to motivate us and drive us. And what do they choose? They choose entertainment. They choose the easier, softer way. Thank you, Tanya. They choose the easier, softer way, and then everybody's sitting around and do nothing. But you know what? Weather erodes things, water washes things away, wind blows garbage. All these things happen that needs to be undone because nature does it. We're basically the custodians of this planet, and that's all we're supposed to do is keep stuff clean. And we made such a mess of it, kind of like cancer in a body, isn't it? We are the cancer that has riddled the earth, the earthly body of what, we're holding it back. And then the earth gets mad because we're freaking nasty and gross and stink. What happens? Earth says, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go through a detox right now. I'm going to go ahead and detoxify myself, and whatever these freaking, these humans, these beings of the planet, fleas on a dog, might as well be. They're just as unproductive and is just as big of an annoyance. I'm going to just go ahead and shake. That's what planet Earth's doing. It's shaking, it's quaking. It's like, I gotta get all these freaking cooties off me. That's what people are to the earth. You're a bunch of cooties. You're either gonna make it feel better or you're gonna make it feel worse. And dropping bombs don't tickle. Dropping bombs don't tickle. Getting hit isn't fun, even though they say it's for your own good. It never is. It's never for your own good. I keep thinking about this Hayden chick that died. She was only 36. I did watch Heroes. I remember watching like that Ant cartoon that, quite frankly, dude still uses clips from that Ant movie. As he's broadcasting from the comfort of his chair. Evidently, he's bringing another child onto this earth. Like the ego of people, like, oh, I'm just gonna keep just making more of a mess. Yep. I also saw a clip where he's at watching fireworks. I'm like, dude, you just don't listen. You just talk, and people that talk, they don't listen. I do videos sometimes. Like, this is the only place I get everything out of my head. I'll talk for half hour, sometimes maybe a little longer. Usually my voice gets tired and I get bored and want to go do other shit anyway. And so, they have to do that. I realize that these are the people, like, whenever I go to the store and I get shitty service, I have to be empathetic and know that they act like that because they have to do that. Like they didn't get to hang out and sit with their dogs, you know, spend their dogs' lives with them, and you know, like my life has been stressful. Still, I would have rather spent all my days with my dogs and being sad when they're gone than being sad because I worked a 9 to 5 corporate job, so that higher ups can go to conferences in Vegas, and like they bring all their buddies, and I never got to go on the good trips. You know, like it's just the deck is stacked. So if you go along with the program, chances are, if external pleasures make you happy, then you could be very, very happy. I counted this morning. I lost count, but I counted this morning. You ever look up Zillow? I look up a lot on Zillow. And so this morning I counted technology is so fucking retarded. I hate it. You go in and do something one way, and then you go back later, and then it's different. That's how it is for me. Okay, so where is it? Where's my search? Search. Alright. There's Taos County, and then I put in the price range from 0 to 10 million. There's 761 houses for sale. There was 62 a little while ago, so one of them came off the market. Coming off the market doesn't mean that coming off the market doesn't mean that it's not for sale anymore. What they do around here is if it's been on too long, they'll take it off because they don't want people to see, oh well, let me have it for less because it's been on for so long. It's just a racket. Sale price, high to low. Okay, I'm getting close now. So these are some of the towns in Taos. There's only 34,000 people in the whole county. Okay, there's only, I think, 14,000 homes. There's 6,000 people in Taos, but they are annexing and incorporating more of Taos County for the town of Taos. So I counted this morning. There's one, five, 6, 7, 38, 61, 62, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 84. There's 84 properties that are over $1 million in Taos County right now. I think later today I'm going to go back through and I'm going to add up all of the bedrooms that they have, like how many people they could house. You know, like, see, because you understand a lot of these houses were built in the last 5 years. So while people were shut up in their homes, couldn't go to work, there was still a pretty significant percentage of the population that was going around doing whatever they wanted untouched. They weren't having distribution problems. They were not having any problem getting stuff to build their multi-million-dollar houses. And then they lived in Taos a couple years, and they're like, okay, this is fun. It's so pretty. The mountain's so pretty. It's quiet until the sun goes down. And then all the generational curses come out, all the tormented, all the trash heaps. Like they're taking over the town. It's a nice town if they didn't freaking make some, if the parents cleaned up the messes of what they made, and that is their children's broken brain intellect of, I can just go around and do whatever I want without any kind of consequences, and if I do get in trouble, it's okay because I'll get out of it. Scumbags getting out of trouble is why the United States of America is dissolving right now. I used to believe all the stuff that they told me. I thought we were a free country, you know. I thought that we had threats outside of this nation. I thought a lot of things, and then because I lived my life and I actually went out and I saw things, and I didn't sit on my ass for most of my life like most people did, or sit on your ass at the Coliseum, or sit on your ass watching your football, or sit, yeah. Why is anybody surprised about those brats in Penn State getting busted for? Because fraternities that's all the government is. It's a big old fraternity. It's a big old club. You got to go along to get along, and I didn't. And I speak out against it all the time. And thank goodness I take care of Mom, because I think that gets me an extra little bit of protection from the evildoers, because if you take me out, you're taking my mom out too, because nobody's going to take care of her like me. They offer sometimes, follow through is next to nothing. That's why there's so many angry people in America, because they don't have nobody they can count on, because everybody, like, you know, they're doing good, they're doing fine, everything's great, I can handle this on my own, and then something happens and it's like, oh man, I need help. You look around, you're like, and the world's like, no, you don't get help. You got to keep producing. You got to keep producing. You got to keep going and doing everything so I can sit on my ass. That's what our leadership, every leadership in every organization job I ever had, like, what, like, I would ask the CEO or the main boss, you know, like, what was it like when you worked in my position? They're like, oh no, I never worked in your position. Then how do you know what people in my position need to do their job properly? If you, like, every leader that's at the top should have started at the bottom, not bent somebody over the conference room table and made somebody their bottom. You see the difference? Like, this world is perverted. It's a perverted world. I was a 10-month-old baby that somebody looked at and said, let me break her spirit. Let's do this. Yeah, fuck. Like, you know, like, that's because boys are taught you can do whatever you want, and then they do, even if the girl says no. Look around, it happens that's why I got 15-inch biceps, because if you try to attack me, I'm going to defend myself. And then they're like, no, I'm not going to come at you direct. I'm going to sneak in the dark like a little freaking crap stain on the fabric of society. That's what they do. All these tough guys. I hate fighting. I don't like getting punched in the face. I don't like getting hurt. I don't like getting slammed. Being freaking abused sucks. That's why I am not the abuser, because I know how much it sucks. And I don't like watching other people suffer. So that's why when I see people fighting, I just tell them, get the fuck away from each other. Get away from each other. Because if you don't like each other, two people that don't like each other, it's their demons that they have in themselves that are fighting. People fight with their demons. Everybody has demons. Some of us just learned how to coexist with them and just say, hey now. Don't fucking crack them in the skull with your head, Marge. You know how many times, like, I've been, like, held by a man and everything in my body just said, crack them in the skull with your head, because their head will crack over yours. And I've never done it. All those times that voice inside me just said, hurt them because they hurt you. Hurt them because they hurt you. And I'm like, no, because I don't want to be like them. My whole personality is based up on character defects of other people that I don't want to be like, because I have the propensity of that in me. It's called accountability. People should fucking try it, man. Like there's this dude there's this trash heap astrologer on the internet who's like, Aries don't say that they're wrong. Aries aren't wrong. Aries aren't sorry. I'm like, what you're telling me is, if you were an Aries, you would take on that attitude. Yeah, I never bit off the tip of anybody's nose either. And you know how I never pulled off anybody's ear. You know how little pressure it takes to pull off somebody's ear? I've like, when I was a kid, I wanted to pull off my ear because they would hurt so bad. I think I'm one of them hybrid alien people, dude. It's like that's why everybody looks at me like I'm a piece of shit when I go out in the world, because evidently I'm a hybrid piece of shit and the whole world knows it but me. I do have a lot of special abilities that regular folks don't have. I have the ability of telekinesis. I have all the clairs. As soon as people start lying to me, the universe starts showing me how they're doing it. I don't even have to wonder about things anymore. Really, because it's just, my wondering is just the universe telling me, yep, they suck. And the nicer people come at me, the more disingenuous I'm going to think they are. Because the nicer people are to me, I'm going to be like, what do you want? What are you trying to butter me up for? Because people aren't nice to me. Because they look at me as somebody that they can't get anything from. And people are only nice to people that they can get things from. Mom taught me when I was a kid, you don't judge people by their looks, or, by their cover. Because sometimes rich people like to dress up in poor man's clothes. And sometimes poor men like to dress up in rich man's clothes. It's just the liar. You got to feel what a liar feels like. And that's why I called today's talk what I called it, because I call it as I feel it, because I am one of those human lie detectors. People think that they always think that they're getting one over on me, and I'm just go ahead and get one over on me. I'll just play dumb. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Oh, when I was talking about that Hayden chick, yeah, they, I don't like this song. I swear I've deleted this song like 3 times. What is with the fucking shit music? Gillespie Verde, Messia de Requiem, Dies Irae Tuba Mirandum. This is one of my favorite albums. The 50th greatest pieces of classical music. I've listened to classical music since I was a kid. They had radio stations on it. And then when I'd have to drive to San Francisco from Sacramento, my voice changed because I was burping. I drive from Sacramento. Yeah. Yeah, I would. It keeps me calm in traffic and stuff, because I would focus on like each instrument. I would listen to one instrument for a while and block out all the other music. I'd segregate sounds in my head and stuff like that. It's called, what is it, cynicism? I'm a very visual person. I create the world in my brain, and then my ideas, I try to bring them out in the tangibles, and then society goes, no, we can't do that. That doesn't work, because they are incompetent. Because they are incapable, not because I am. I've done so many things that people have said, you can't do that. And I'm like, watch me. Yes, I can. You're telling me you can't do that. Don't tell me what I can and can't do. You don't know my limitations, but then they look at me and then they're like, oh, that looks like a person that does things that they don't want to do sometimes. Like exercise. Exercising isn't fun. I hate exercise. I like the effects of exercise, but that's why people take Ozempic and stuff like that. It's because they like the effects of alcohol, but don't want to work for it. It's the easier, softer way. I'm trying to say, yeah, my dude friends think I'm gullible. I gotta bring it back. I know what I see and that they're going to do, or I can tell. You know how many dudes that I was buddies with there's a couple that I haven't, but like there's like been guys that I was just pals with. I never wanted to see what was in their pants. I never gave an indication that I wanted to see what was in their pants. Yet there's so many times I've seen what is in the pants of dudes, strangers too. Like I'll go to the freaking gas station. There's guys, some dumbass freaking. My mommy said I am the golden one. Whips it out. Now I got to see some dude's little dangly. You know, like that he's gonna need a little like. You know, and then what happens is they grow up and it don't get no bigger, and then they get mad because ain't no girl want them. Like, how come she doesn't like me? Because you're not likable. Because men used to be protectors, and now they freaking kill their girlfriends and wives more and more and more and more without even tripping. Without even tripping. Like, they think if I see it, it's gonna make me want it, and that is never the case. It makes me want to. And those broads. That's not my teeth. Those broads that are all, he's my man. That's gonna make me nuts. He's my man. To that I say, he's probably somebody else's man too. Thing about Earthlings is that we're all actors. We're all acting on what our interpretation is as to what it is to be a being of this earth. There's a lot of storylines I don't participate anymore. Me and Mom, we have our comfort shows. Mom has her comfort shows. I have my comfort shows. Yeah, we watch the same stuff over and over. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But they need it's just women can be that too. That's the thing, is that I gotta stay in balance and not it's like women like me that were overcompensating. Oh yeah. Did you ever watch The World According to Garp? That's where that came from. The movie came before Lorena Babbitt. That's why I often say that they make movies and then people do stuff in real life, or stuff happens in real life, and then like people that do the police reports and stuff like that, they go to barbecues, and then like their friend works in Hollywood and they tell stories. Oh, did you hear, like this happened in the precinct, and the person is like, oh, that would make a good story, and they go back and they pitch a deal, and then they make TV shows about stories that they hear about in real life, and then people go and do these acts that they see on TV, and then they go to court and they say, we didn't do that, man. Hey man, we didn't do that. People don't do that in real life. That's crazy. That only happens in the movies. And then they build legal defenses off, and both of them are bullshit. Like, agency is welfare for the employees. It has nothing to do with helping single moms. Mom was a single mom. There is no welfare. Didn't help. Like, no, because we got this tag of Hessick, being related to Hessex, and we have this label that comes with that says denied. Whatever they want to get, denied. But Mom's God was always bigger than agency, so we had our needs met. I didn't always get what I wanted, I didn't have a lot of toys, but we didn't even have food for a lot of the time. You know what though? That taught me how to fast. Not having food when you're a kid, you learn how to fast. Creature comforts got out of control in the USA. Out of control. People just want to be comfortable all the time. They don't ever want to be uncomfortable. And that in of itself is an imbalance. How many people have everything they have because somebody else gave it to them? A job, a spouse, Like, look at those arranged marriages in India. Like, you're assigned your life. Like, you're put in active directory groups before you're even born. Your life is already decided in it. And if you don't decide, if you decide to go against the program, like I did, get real used to being alone. Get real used to being alone. Because liars hate truth speakers. They hate us. Even if they lie sometimes and they're mostly honest, they're still a liar and they hate us. See, and I'm one of them accountable people that I tell on myself all the time. I put my whole AA fifth step on this channel at some point in time in the last 10 years. Every dirty dog thing I ever done, I've told the whole world. You got accepted, that's rad. See, there's a lot of new shifts. You're moving, I'm trying to move before it gets cold. Shannon's getting married, my ex. I'm super. That's all right. It don't matter what other people think about me. Is none of my problem. That goes for you too. Gets us off the hook. You know what the thing of it is though, is that we can't care if people, or I can't care if people like me either. I can't care if people like me. I can't. Marge, you're the greatest thing. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm really not. Marge, you suck. No, I don't. The point is to not let anybody else define me. And I still have a smile on my face. And that is a huge accomplishment. Huge in 2026, going through the hell that I've been through. And furthermore, I want to go out into this world and use whatever resources I have to help them make their life better. I miss my friend though. We had a lot of fun. We'd go out and drive around in the snow and take pictures, and we'd always go to eat and like try new restaurants, and then I replaced my higher power with her. I knew she didn't like me like that. People don't like me like that. I'm not a person that has intimate relationships. I talk about my perception on, if I could, how I would do it. I was thinking about this girl I used to date and how on weekends I took this girl on out-of-town trips 3 times, and every single time we got back to town, she dumped me. And people said, Marge, you need to quit taking her out of town. But I didn't focus on the fact that she dumped me all the time. I was just excited because she'd want to come back and hang out with me again. I'm not even that same person anymore. Like all the places, like we used to go down to the country club plaza in Kansas City, and I'd get a hotel, and then we'd walk the plaza and go into shops, and I'd buy her clothes and stuff like that, and maybe buy myself something or get something for my dog at the 3 Dog Bakery, stuff like that. We ate this restaurant called Tomfoolery. Like, the restaurant don't even exist anymore. One day, if I live long enough, probably, like, places I lived when I was a kid, they're not there no more. Like, am I even really here? I am, because I take care of Mom, and she's my witness. Oh my goodness. 20s was hard. 20s was like Grandpa died in in 96. 20s was my brother taking me to the K Street Mall in Sacramento, dumping me off, and said, I'll be back in 4 hours, find a place to live, and find a job and a place to live, and me doing it. Like, whatever people put me up to the test to, I do it But they can't do the stuff that they put me through. That's why they put me through stuff. It's because, like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do all the stuff you're asked. And then you're still going to say, no, you're unqualified. Why? Because agency is welfare for employees. It doesn't exist to help any constituents. It doesn't. It's just also like people at the county can get their direct deposit and they can live comfortably. And then, so if they're living comfortably, then you can count on them to show up at the baseball games for their nephews and kids and, you know, all the people that use the stuff that the city provides, because you got to support the city and the agency, because that's, you have your good life because of them, and they'll shit on their own parents. So it's just the world we're living in. It's changing and evolving. It's going, it's growing, and it's showing. Watch out for the false idol worship for profits. Anybody that wants to take your money so that they can have conferences in Spain. It's all stuff that doesn't do no good for a lot of people out here in the real earthly plane that don't